With the kick-off against Oldham Athletic just over 12 hours away, the Premiership's least-known manager starts his day with a family breakfast. Unlike Swindon's former high-profile managers, Hoddle, Ardiles and Macari, outside Wiltshire, John Gorman would hardly be recognised. Well, John, now you're the manager of Swindon Town. I just wonder whether there are any greater pressures on you now that you're actually in the hot seat and you have to make the decisions. Have you changed at all?
Yes. No, I don't think so, Gary, to be honest. In some ways you do, but I'd like to think I've not. You just get on with it and take it in your stride. At the minute, I just feel that you are under pressure a little bit more because the results are the most important thing. But again, the same beliefs are here, and as I had last year as a coach, and I'm still involved in the coaching, so I would say no.
8:45 and on the short drive to the county ground with his son Nick, John Gorman's immediately reminded of the problems that lie ahead.
Wiltshire Sound Sport from the BBC, and Swindon Town prepare for the biggest home game in their history tonight as they take on Oldham Athletic in their first ever Premiership match at the county ground. But there are several worries for manager John Gorman. Midfielder Mickey Hazard faces a fitness test on his Achilles injury, and striker Steve White is definitely out after suffering an ankle injury in training on Monday. And to add to those problems, John Moncur spent the night in a local hospital waiting for his wife to give birth.
Late morning and Hazard's past fit, but there's no news of the Moncur baby. Gorman, of course, could have gone to Chelsea with Glenn Hoddle, so why didn't he?
I just felt that I've always wanted to be my own boss, and for many years now, I've been a coach for 8.5 years and been through right from the, everything. The only thing I've not been is manager yet, and I've been through youth reserves and assistant manager, and I wanted to be my own boss. And how can you turn it down, really, and especially joining a club like Swindon as your first job as a Premier League manager?
We actually felt that John was completely committed to this club. He just said that on more than once, that his heart perhaps didn't told him that he didn't want to go, but he felt that he ought to go with Glenn. But we persuaded him to stay, and I think that's the main thing. And he's now chosen David Hay to go with him, and I think we have a brilliant partnership.
Realistically, what can you achieve this season?
Well, everybody's knocked us before we even kicked the ball, and before we even went to Sheffield on Saturday. And we would like to have got off, as we probably said, to a good start, and we felt we were, a bit unfortunate not to at least get a point, and that would have given us a big boost. But we feel that we've got the quality in the club, even though we're a small squad, and we've got the team spirit, the spirit that you see at all small clubs, that sometimes the underdogs and that reach in deep and come up with the goods.
We must try and survive this year, then hopefully build on it next year. Everybody's wrote us off. We're delighted at that, and we've got nothing to prove to them.
If we finish 19th in the league, we will have had the most amazing success at this football club. Make no mistake about it, 19th in this league will do us fine.
We'll try to get all the clips that people have wrote us off, and we'll pin them on the notice board, and hopefully we can prove everybody wrong.
So come next May, where would you say was a realistic position for the team to finish?
I'll settle for 19th. As long as we survive, we're quite happy.
60 minutes to kick off, and John Gorman selects the team he hopes will survive against Oldham. John Moncur is named at 7. Baby George has arrived in time.
It was quite an eventful day, really. I mean, a great feeling when the baby came out, but when the midwife fainted and hit her head, it was a little bit different, which happened, so it was a little bit frightening.
Come on, boys! Let's get it going now. Now's the time. Let's get it going.
Come on, lads!
Let's get it going, lads. Let's talk. Come on, let's really mean it.
And so, 73 years after entering the league, Swindon Town are ready for their first game ever in the top flight at the county ground. In an often physical match of few chances, Sean Taylor's early header was as close as Swindon came to scoring. As the clock ticked towards 9:30, a goalless draw seemed inevitable. Then in the 92nd minute, the unthinkable for John Gorman and Swindon. Paul Bernard spoilt their big night.
Hard life in the Premier League, we accept that, but to lose a goal when it's actually 2 or 3 minutes in injury time was a bit devastating, to say the least, because a point would have been a fair result.
When the ball went in, we saw sort of dramatic scenes here. You really felt that moment, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like a knife going in your heart, isn't it? When you lose a goal like that, it's heartbreaking, because every player must feel it, because it shouldn't happen, because the game is virtually finished. But a game is never finished till the whistle blows. I've got to pick myself up as well. I've got a job to do, and I've got to pick all the boys up. In fact, we did that right after the game. You know, we know that it was going to be hard. We know that it's no easy things, but you need a break in this game, and you know, the breaks for some reason just didn't come.
2 matches played and no points, 10:30 and lights out. Tomorrow, Liverpool visit the county ground.
Yes, hard world for Swindon, but if they settle for 19th place, that's exactly where they are right now, 19th place. Now, as you may have read, Swindon did sign a new player during the week on Thursday, Andy Much, for £250,000 from Wolves. We thought this might be Andy, but the legs probably give the game away. More like a thoroughbred's legs, aren't they? Which also gives you the clue that this is Swindon's #1 fan and our horse racing man, Julian Wilson. All set for a high-tension penalty shootout, which went terribly wrong. To be fair to Julian, rumour has it that he did score 2 out of his 5. And he cuts a dashing figure in that lovely Swindon strip as well.